Equivalent fractions. In this video, we are going to learn about equivalent fractions. I want you to look at the red color. It expresses the whole part of something. We divided this yellow part into two equal parts, which is the blue color. And now instead of having one whole, I have two halves, right? So the two halves express one whole part. And then instead of having one whole, we are going to have two halves. Okay? So how can I write two halves? It's 2 over 2. So 2 over 2 is the same as 1. Now we divided in orange part the half into two parts, two equal parts. Those two equal parts, each one of them is going to be 1 over 4. Why? Because this box, it's the half of half, but it's the quarter of the whole part. So suppose that I divided the whole part into 4 equal parts. So now this part is going to represent the quarter of the whole part. 4 quarters, they represent the whole part. So instead of having one whole, I'll have 4 quarters. So 4 over 4 is going to be 1. But I'm going to write that 2 quarters is equal to half. So I can say that 1 half is equal to 2 quarters. Those two fractions, they represent the same part. So this is half and this is 2 quarters. They represent, as you see, the same amount. So we call them equivalent fractions. So equivalent fractions are fractions that represent the same amount. But what if I don't have a drawing? How can I find equivalent fractions by calculation? It's very easy. Just look at the numerator. The 1 became 2. How? By multiplying by 2. If you multiply the 3 by 2, you are going to have 6. So it's 2 over 6. The 6, it became 12 by multiplying by 2. The 2 by 2 is 4. Now let us find together, how can I find an equivalent fraction for 4 over 12? It's not necessary to multiply by 2. You can multiply by any number you want. So suppose I'm going to multiply by 100. As long as you multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number, you can multiply by any number you want. 4 times 100 is 400. And 12 times 100 is 1200. Okay? Equal fractions. As I told you before, that equal fractions, they represent the same amount or the same quantity. Let us see some examples of this in real life every day. Look at this pizzas, okay? They are of the same size, but they are divided into two different numbers of equally sized pieces. Let us look at the following. Let us agree first that all of these pizzas have the same size. In the first one, they only divided into 4 pieces. In the second one, they divided the pizza into 8 pieces. And in the last one, they divided it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 12 pieces. Okay? So, if I ate this part, then I ate only 1 out of 4 pieces. In the second one, suppose that I ate the same amount. Can you see that in all cases they ate the same amount? But they are expressed in a different way. In the first way, we ate 1 over 4 of the pizza. But in the second case, I ate 2 pieces out of 8. In the second one, I ate 3 out of 12. So 1 over 4 is the same as 2 over 8. It's the same as 3 over 12 because they represent the same amount or the same number of pieces. Is it clear? So these fractions are equal fractions. We call them equivalent fractions. How do I simplify a fraction? To simplify a fraction, you must be able to divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So, suppose I have 36 over 27. Okay? 36 is divisible by 3 and 27 is divisible by 3, because if I divide the 36 by 3 I will get 12, and if I divide the 27 by 3 I will get 9. So 27 over 36, if I divide both terms by 3 I'm going to have 9 over 12. And I can say that 27 over 36 is equivalent to 9 over 12. Now, if I have 9 over 12, can I say that this number is in simplest form? No, because I can find a number that can be divided, 9 can be divided by it's the same number as 12, which is both of them can be divided by 3. So suppose I have 9 over 12, I will divide both fractions by 3, I'm going to get 3 over 4. And now 3 over 4, it cannot be divided anymore, so I can say that 27 over 36 divided by 3 is equal to 9 over 12, then again by 3, it's equal to 3 over 4, or I can directly 27 over 36 divide both terms by 9, I will get 3 over 4. In both ways, I'm going to have the simplest form, but in different ways. So 3 over 4, I can say that it's the simplest form of this fraction.